When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. Oh, the good times just begun. Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright. Sleep, hear the crickets, see the moon. Side by side and through. No limit to what we can do. Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right.
Well, hello and welcome back to the channel. Out for a wild camp with the wife. Come to, we parked at Honister Pass, and we're going to try and find a camp or spot close to Blackbeck Tarn, which sits just below Haystacks. So it's a beautiful, beautiful day. Not really a breath of wind. Some light wispy clouds in the sky. And it's set to remain like this pretty much all night, which should be beautiful. What we're hoping for is to get some lovely views looking down towards Buttermere and over towards Haystacks, Great Gable as well. So, watch my foot in there, nearly fell over. Yeah, come along with us and yeah, let's go on a wild camp. So I've arrived at Dub's hut here. And got some herdies following us, as you can see probably just up behind there. What we're doing is, I just explained a moment ago, just going to walk down here along this little path kind of to sort of the base of the start of the climb, really towards Haystacks. So it should take us not too long, hopefully, maybe 20 minutes or so. Not too bad a walk by the looks of it, but we are carrying a lot of kit, and unfortunately Jojo did pull her knee yesterday on the way down from the cat bow, so we popped into Keswick earlier and bought her a strap-on for her knee to give it a bit more support, and she's using one of my walking poles. So I think you're doing all right, aren't you? Yeah, so hopefully not too long. We'll see when we get there. Alright, so we've made it to Blackbeck Tarn. Just in the nick of time by the looks of things, just as we arrived. There's only one really good wild camping spot here from the videos we've seen, which is where we are now. And just literally a minute after we arrived, some other people came out of the tarn here trying to find a place to set up. So yeah, we just about made it. And wow, it's a stunner. It's beautiful. Lovely view of Great Gable there in the background. The tarn, as still as you like, beautiful reflections. I have just taken a couple of handheld images while we've got some good light, because I think we're going to lose it quite quickly behind this hill just here. And yeah, just going to chill out for a little bit. I bought some gingerbread in Keswick earlier, which I think we're going to devour now, because we're absolutely ravenous. And yeah, once we've done that, get the tent pitched and then just chill out for the evening. And yeah, we've put the beers in the fridge, so we'll have some of those in a bit. and yeah, see what happens with the photos. So obviously, as you can see behind me, there's photo opportunities behind me there with the Tarn, Great Gable, Green Gable, and some other ones in the background. And then looking out towards Buttermere, once the sun starts to set a little bit later, should get some beautiful reflected light on the lakes down there as well, looking out towards the coast. So yeah, I'm excited about this. If I don't get any great images in this wild camp, I'm not too bothered. It's more about the experience with the wife, out in a wild camp in the Lake District, the place that we both love. So yeah, hope it's a good one. Oh, did I mention we've also brought some with us? Got a friend, Jeff, come to stay with us tonight. You all right, Jeff? He doesn't say much. Oh, that's it. We're all pitched up. Got the air mattresses and sleeping bags all out, all sorted. Had to put my waterproof jacket on because the midges are just insufferable. Getting absolutely bitten alive, and just like on my eyelids and everywhere, and it just feels horrible. But that's the price you pay for being next to somewhere as beautiful as this on a night like this, with no clouds, no wind, no nothing. I really should have bought some kind of midge spray or something. But hey, small price to pay for this. So feel a lot more relaxed now. That's all set up. And start thinking about maybe trying to frame up some images, get some ideas for compositions. But first things first, I'm having a beer. Oh, the missus is over there as well. She's having a little paddle in the tarn there. So yeah, beer time. So tonight's choice of beer, I've got a Hobgoblin Gold, and the missus has got a Guinness, the only Guinness we had left. I've let her have it. She doesn't know how lucky she is, does she? But no, this is just as good. So I'm gonna drink this, get eaten by the flying teeth, and start to relax. And absolutely innocent alive. Yeah, started to frame some images. So just behind me here, if I move out the way, you've got a beautiful scene down there of Buttermere and Crummock water. And I started off by including some of this foreground here, this heather, and going sort of quite wide, sort of 24-ish mil, incorporating this valley here, where the stream's basically coming through. And on a wide angle, it was okay, but it felt a bit unbalanced. So what I've done is I've come back and I've gone into about sort of 50 mil, f11. I've still got some heather here on the bottom left-hand corner, and I've still got a bit of framing of this valley here. But I've got some beautiful golden light down there towards Buttermere itself, on the side of, I think it's probably Robinson. Yeah, it's really quite nice. The only thing I'd like is a bit more detail in the sky, because there's no clouds that way at all at the minute. But you can't have it all. But I think it's still quite a nice shot, especially with the addition of the heather here and that touch of golden light down there in Buttermere. So I'm going to pop this one on screen. One other thing to mention, as you can see behind me, there's hardly any clouds, and it's predicted to get pretty much a clear sky tonight. So there is the potential for some astrophotography. We was staying in Great Langdale last night in a hotel, and walking back from the pub, the skies were absolutely clear, and it was just beautiful, really, really clear stars. Hardly any moonlight, so they really, really stood out. So that might be something to try later. What I'm thinking is using the actual beck, looking towards Great Gable there. If I can get wide enough and go into portrait mode, I might be able to get the Milky Way, possibly over Great Gable. And if we're really lucky, actually get some reflection of the stars in the beck here, in the tarn. So yeah, something to think about anyway. But I'm going to put this one on screen now. What I would like to try and do as well is, once it gets a bit darker, probably in bluer actually, is shooting this way, probably similar shot to what I've got here now. Should hopefully have some reflected light in the tarns there, but still some quite nice dark skies. So that's something to try. I have seen some images like that before. So yeah, looking forward to this. So I've just been walking around for a bit, trying to frame up some other compositions, and I'm using Blackbeck Tarn here and Great Gable there, that's lit up beautifully at the moment. Quite a simple-ish scene, but it's been very difficult to try and frame up a shot. I'm still not entirely sure it works. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to incorporate some of this heather, which is so prominent at the moment, being August, as a bit of foreground interest. Obviously the reflections in the tarn and Great Gable there lit up. We have got some beautiful colour in the clouds as well, lovely golden colour. It could turn out to be quite a nice shot. What I've been doing is as well, I've been waiting about 5 or 10 minutes, just enough for the sun to dip low enough and make sure that this foreground ridge here isn't lit up, so all the light is really just on Great Gable there and Green Gable as well. So yeah, just to explain a bit about composition as well, I've included pretty much all of the tarn in, just cutting off the right hand side ever so slightly, so you do get that sweep around effect of the tarn here going around to the mountains there in the background. So yeah, quite like this. I'll pop it on the screen now. Okay, so framed up one last image for the evening, unless astrophotography happens. And again, shooting straight down towards Buttermere and water there. But the sun's well set now, but you've got this lovely golden glow on the horizon. And what you have is this lovely light reflection in both Buttermere and water there. What I'll end up probably doing is going kind of for a sort of silhouette of the ridge lines here, just showing a hint of the detail down below. But it's really about the shape of the lakes. What I do like is I've got the river feeding Buttermere there on the bottom right hand third. It just leads them through to water there in the background. So yeah, I quite like this shot. So I'm going to pop it on screen. And as I say, unless astro happens, which is looking increasingly less likely, because we're getting a lot more clouds now, this might be the last shot until the morning. So I think what we're going to do now, finish this beer we've got, get eaten by midges, and then think about getting some food on the go. Right then, it's dinner time. Put my wally hat on, not because it's cold, just to give the little biting one less opportunity to bite me. So yeah, as I say, dinner time. I'm on the Summit to Eat tikka masala, Britain's favourite meal. And Jodie, what you on? It's a fire pot. Posh pork and beans. So yeah, bon appetit. How was it? It's all right. Is that your best review?
I could do with more water.
Nope. Tikka masala is alright. Again, probably could have done a bit more water. It's definitely not my local Indian restaurant, but to be honest, at the minute, I'd eat anything. So, I'm gonna crack on with this. Right then, it's about 11:30. I stayed up to watch the stars. We did see a few, but there's quite a lot of cloud around, so it's not really any good for astro. So as I say, it's about 11:30, talking a bit quietly because there are other campers around. And yeah, going to try and get some sleep, and I'll see you in the morning. It's a lovely sound in the morning. Well, good morning. It's a beautiful morning, a little bit breezier than it was last night, which is good because it's keeping the flying teeth away again. Just got up, made us house a coffee. Looking down into Buttermere this morning, a little bit of haze, but not much else going on, to be honest with you. And yeah, I've got some clouds behind us. I'm going to wait for sunrise, but I don't know if the shot that I was thinking of looking back towards Great Gable is going to work necessarily, because we don't have those reflections in the lake, as you can just see behind me, because the wind has picked up. So I'm not sure what's going to happen. One other option might be a little bit later, once the sun has come up, is the sun coming down Haystacks Pass towards Buttermere, possibly lighting up the valley down there. I'm not sure. But we're going to stay here for a little bit anyway. We've just made ourselves a coffee. And yeah, just going to sit here and chill for a bit and enjoy this coffee, see what happens with the weather, and take it from there. And by the way, apologies to all of those that enjoy the getting out the tent B-roll shot that many seem to get, but yeah, I just couldn't be bothered. So yeah, just going to enjoy this and wait for the sun to rise. Wind is steadily picking up. Just had our coffee and framed up a quick shot looking down the valley again. If I darken you down a second, you can probably just make out a slight pink hue just on the horizon there, and that's sort of those sort of slight blue tones in the sort of hazy valley there, which look really quite nice. Using the same principle as last night, I'm probably going to darken down each side of this beck here and just have a real concentration on those sort of nice blue and slightly pink tones there in the background. So let me put this one on the screen. Still going to wait for the light to see what happens. I think, as I said earlier, shooting back towards Great Gable is not going to work this morning with the wind we've got. But if we do get some light that comes flooding down Haystacks towards Buttermere and Great there, should be hopefully able to get some nice images. We're not getting much of a change with the light. I think there must be a massive bank of cloud over that way which is blocking the sun. But I have just taken a couple of other handheld images. Again, using some of this heather, but actually using f4 and going about 105mm, which is the maximum of that lens, 24-105, just to get the heather here slightly out of focus, which is something I wouldn't normally do, to be honest with you. I'm normally trying to get everything sharp, you know, front to back. But yeah, you've got the heather and leading you through down to the lakes down below, Buttermere and Great Water. Quite nice images. I did one in portrait and one in landscape. I'll put them both on screen. Let me know what you think and which one you prefer in the comments. But yeah, I think we may give it another 15 minutes, half an hour, see what happens with the light, and we might start heading back, because I'm on the promise of a bacon butty at Haystacks Pass, which I cannot wait for. So we just had the briefest touch of light coming through, just lighting up the foreground here with this heather. So I have just taken one more image, I think it's going to be a square crop, just involving the heather down here, cutting off some of the sky, and just going with a nice simple square crop, looking down the valley there. Right, the light is not getting any better, so I think we're going to call it. Going to get this tent down, get back to Honister Pass, and get a bacon butty. That's us all packed away. As you can see, left absolutely no trace. Apart from a bit of flattened grass, you wouldn't know we were here. So we're going to make our way back to Honister Pass and get a bacon butty, but I think I'm going to end it here. So I just want to say thank you very much for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed this as much as we have. It's been an absolute ball. Yeah, if you have enjoyed it, please consider hitting the like button. If you've really enjoyed it, please consider hitting subscribe. And hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Thank you again from me and the wife. Bye bye.